Good evening to everyone and welcome to today's session. Um, Good evening. Pavan, Sara, Raghava Lakshmi, and many more who are all online. Thanks for joining the session. Now we are going to start and then revise about 100 MCQs today evening. So before we start, I'm just waiting for everybody to join. It's very simple. I will be saying play, play. Are you all ready, doctor? I can see around 15 of you are ready. So, through my teacher account, the quiz becomes launched. Right? Now, I'm coming. I'm giving you pin, no problem. So, let me put the music trance. We'll have different music today. Automatically move through the questions. Very good. Everything done. So you're all ready, doctor? I'm going to start the quiz and you are all going to participate with full energy, right? So all the questions get displayed on the YouTube, on your laptop, YouTube broadcast, and you need to enter the pin and start answering on the smartphone of you. Okay, doc? Okay, now I am starting. Set, get, ready. 36048. Hey, everybody. Please go to this Kahoot.it on your mobile phone. It will ask you for a pin. Enter this pin number. Every quiz has a pin. Very good. Manisha, Ravi, Jyoti, Aish, Vyoma, Shraddha, Pitbull, Raghavi. Good to see 41 online. Very good. Quickly punch your this pin number. Even if you are a little late also, no problem. Even you can join from the middle of the quiz also. Let us see who is going to become the topper today in this pharmacology quiz. Come on, punch your, enter into the quiz, doctor. More and more of you, please enter into the quiz. Very good. We have 22 players. Rock, Lily, Varun, Singh. The faster you punch the answer, higher the score you will be getting. Come on. Those who have come late, no problem. Enter Kahoot.it. Whatever you are seeing here, Kahoot.it. Go on your mobile phone and enter the pin number. I can see 24 players. Very good. Some more I am looking forward for. Very good, doctor. Very good. If you don't have a spare mobile phone with you, no worries. What you can do is you can split your screen into two. One for watching YouTube and the other for entering the pin on your desktop. Very good. 26 online. Please inform your classmates that the quiz is starting? Yeah, very good. I can see 29 players. Good. Around 30 of you have logged in. The system automatically will be starting. Good to see 34 players logged in. Very good. Yes, now the game starts. Keep punching your answers actively, doctor. The faster you punch, the winner you are. Great. 8 of you are correct in answering D. Very good. Dr. S is the one who is first and fastest. Good to see Jai Vignesh clean bowl by answering A. It is D. Great. 9 of you are correct in answering. Very good. PSL is very fast climber by about 30 places. Pin is 36048. The pin is 36048. Pin is 36048. No worries. Even from the middle you can join. Punch. Great. 18 of you have rightly said that it is an idiosyncratic reaction. Rocky is the highest climber by about 25 places. There will be 10 to 12 questions out of the 70, doctor, which will be deciding your top score. Please inform in all the WhatsApp study groups that the quiz has started. Great. 15 of you are right. That tumbles down the remaining 15. And that brings Aish is the highest climber. Ajay is on the top of the game. Great. Even though we call it as an idiosyncratic reaction, idiosyncrasy has got a genetic basis. Combination of ampicillin and gentamicin. Come on, crack it fast. Great. 19 of you are right that it is called synergy. Typically in enterococcal infections, only giving cell wall synthesis inhibitor is not enough. Enterococcal endocarditis, you need to combine it with gentamicin. Those who have little lately arrived, no worries. Go to kahoot.it in your browser and enter pin 36048 to join the quiz. You can join anytime in the middle of the quiz. Great. 20 of you have cracked it very well. Raghav is having 7 correct answers in a row. Wow, Raghav. Please inform in all your WhatsApp study groups that the live class and the quiz has started, and ask your classmates to all join the game. Good to see Shilpa Reddy, Disha Gujral, Lakshmi Saujanya, Prasoon Vaidya. By chance, if you could not have a spare smartphone to punch the answers, no worries. You can punch the answers into the YouTube chat window. Great. Shreyas is the highest climber. Raghav is maintaining the monopoly, being on the top. Toxic optic neuropathy can be caused by all these drugs except very good to see 73 online students. Siri is the fastest climber, doing a lot of correct answers. Climbed up by about 21 positions. What is pilocarpine? Only four of you have answered it correctly. Definitely, you need to focus. Why only four of you have answered it correctly at the time of our discussion, right? So, tomorrow's NEET PG exam, such questions where majority answered wrong. If you answer it correct, that is how you are going to become a topper. Wow, you're all jumping on the answers. Huh? That's the spirit. Great. The last two questions of the quiz, doctor. Let us see who is going to make a big win. Ajay is on the top of the game. Let us see whether Ajay can maintain his monopoly. Very good. 23 of you have punched the right answers. Out of them, 11 are correct. Okay. Shreyas is making almost a hat trick, more than a hat trick. The last question of the today's evening, doctor. Wow, a very, very, very easy question. Great. So, doctor, with a great effort, you all have played the Kahoot. And yeah. So let us see the results, doctor. We have got the reports on how you have played as a group. Yes. So we get an opportunity. Once upon a time, people have to order for a postal mock test papers. So from there we have evolved into a bigger shape and bigger size and a better technology where across the country we are able to sit together and participate. Just now you all have played almost 340, a good number of you have played. Yeah, let's see the results. Yes. So now, if you see that 60% of the questions, for example, today's quiz, Ajay has answered 76% of the questions correctly. Wow, Ajay, wonderful. Rock has done 70% correctly. Nitish has answered 74%, but the Rock was answering very fast. That's the reason he's in the second position. Lily could answer 64% correctly, and Raghav could answer about 64%. And out of nearly about 70 people who joined, you can see Shreyas was really growing very fast. She made about 56%. Madhuri could answer 56% correctly. We will also be posting you this report in the WhatsApp study group for you to have a quick look on how you have answered. So today it is all about data mining, artificial intelligence, which will be able to track how you have answered correctly. But most important thing is, what percentage of you have answered correctly? That means, what were the difficult questions? There are about, if you organize the questions in the descending order of Chinnappa Reddy is asking, what is the WhatsApp group link, sir? Please call Chinnappa 900868 our helpline to get yourself included into the WhatsApp group. Please give a call to our helpline. So you can see there are certain questions only 9% of you have answered correctly. So we get as a teacher an opportunity to see why some questions have really turned out to be very difficult for a few people, for a large number of people. It also gives a data visualization as to how the top 10 rankers Ajay had been maintaining throughout the game. Rock had come up a little bit top, and by the time it is the final 70th question, Ajay remained on the top, and Nitish was following the Ajay. So this is how analytics can be run, right? So SS is asking how can I see the result? So what we will do is we will give a download of this particular test report, and we will try to post it in the WhatsApp group, right? Most important thing is you need to get that inspiration to prepare and grasp where you are going wrong and chisel the topic properly so that you are ready for the tomorrow's exam. So now let's make a great beginning, doctor, of the today's discussion. Where is today's discussion? Yeah, 1 minute. So from tomorrow 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. you are going to have 5 1-hour quizzes, and in that 1 hour there will be about 4 or 5 topics. Each topic is being created like a new quiz, and you will be knowing which topic you are doing really good. Are you able to come into the top 5 or not? If not, then you need to once more seriously study that particular topic. So that is how it brings a conscious awareness as to how your level of preparedness is already, how well you are ready for the tomorrow's exam. So if you stick with us for about 40 days, 40 into 500 MCQs, 20,000 MCQs, you're all getting ready. You're playing with your friends across the country. Each topic you are knowing whether you are really good or not, or you need to improve. So that is how you will improve every day. After all, what is preparation for entrance? It is filling those missing gaps. It is knowing where you are already good and where you are not really good. But you need to become good. To get that consciousness is all the secret of the winning, doctor, right? So I will quickly show you this PDF. We also have a PDF of tomorrow's marathon session. So you can see here, every day 9 a.m. to, all of you are able to see, right? Every day, I will also put this PDF in the WhatsApp study groups. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. You will be solving 500 MCQs topic wise. You will be competing pan-India. You will be revising 20,000 MCQs in 40 days. MCQs are all organized topic wise quizzes. And you will see the quiz questions on the youtube.com/onlinembbs live show, which will be starting sharp at 9 a.m. And every quiz has a unique pin generated, and that will be displayed on the YouTube live screen. You need to go to, on your smartphone, into Kahoot.in, already Kahoot.it, already you know how to play the quiz. And for example, tomorrow if you see the quiz timing, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. you have 4 quizzes on 4 topics. Embryology, in anatomy, muscle, nerve and cranial nerve. You have the number of questions in each of this topic that you are going to play. The quiz are also, I am showing you in this PDF. Then 10 to 11 you get a break time. The break time is for you to do a self-preparation. Go back to the onlinembbs.com video library, and then the upcoming quiz topics, you try to do a quick revision. You have got theory reviews, review videos, you have MCQ review videos on these various topics. So do a quick revision, right? So then 11 to 12 p.m. you have the next set of topics coming up. That is arteries, anatomical levels, histology, cartilage types. This is the 4 quizzes, and next 100 questions you will be solving. Then root value, bone, foot foramina, diaphragm, apertures, ears, ear anatomy, rectum anatomy, lymphatics, coronary circulation, CSF, different types of epithelium, foramen of Winslow. So this will all be the 4 to 5 quizzes. That's how the every 1 hour you have got the schedule. So this I will be giving to you. Yeah. Yes. That's right. Yeah. Anybody can join. Just you need to log in by 9 a.m. into youtube.com/onlinembbs, our YouTube channel. So this is how the entire anatomy, almost 500 MCQs will be over by the time it is 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. quiz. Then starts our physiology. Between 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. you have 6 physiology topics also in the evening quiz. And I mentioned the topics. So that's how in one day you will be finishing one subject, almost 500 MCQs played in 5 hourly quizzes. Each hour you have about 4 to 5 topics as 4 to 5 individual quizzes. So that is how we progress. Got it? So I leave this PDF for all of you to have it. Within 2 to 3 days you will understand within 1 day you will understand this how this scheme works. So between 9 to 10 quiz and the second quiz at 11 to 12 you have 1 hour time. That is the time you quickly prepare whatever you do for the upcoming quiz and see how good you are able to crack the upcoming quiz questions, and are you able to get good scores, are you able to stand in the top 10, are you able to answer at least 75 to 80% of questions before you say your preparation is adequate. That's how you are no more lethargic, you are no more procrastinating, you are not postponing. Within the next 40 days you are finishing what examiner want you to learn, want you to know before you go to the NEETPG. Very simple, doctor. Very, very simple. Till yesterday also you did not read anything, doesn't matter. Next 40 days, be in touch with us. Be a part of our cohort and prepare. That's how you have to make it. Right, doc? So let's make the great beginning of the today's class. That is the quiz that you have already played. Adverse drug effects. Now, doctor, which is not an important, frequent, well-known manifestation of a adverse drug reaction. Agranulocytosis, typically drugs like propylthiouracil, antithyroid drug, propylthiouracil can lead to agranulocytosis. Chloramphenicol-like drugs can lead to aplastic anemia. Methyl dopa like drugs can lead to development of hemolysis. That is what you need to remember. Rahul Kamble is asking, sir, please provide answers after each question. So basically, doctor, after every question we are giving a slide. Actually, to enter answer option into each of the ABCD, it takes hell of time for our DDP guys. So that is the reason I said, okay, for this round, for this series, at least put the question, paste it, and then put the slide. Answers, just keep ABCD, that's all I said. So just bear with me for this series of the next 40 days. After the 40 days, we will start another series of another 40 days with another 20,000 questions. That's how every 40 days we will be having like a cricket test series, right? So, and another thing I like to tell you is, you tell one of your friend, at least 1 or 2 friends of you, भैया हमको रोज 9 AM to 6 PM फटाफट चलता है टॉपिक वाइज क्विज. हम तीनों बैठ के 1 घंटा क्विज खेलेंगे, हमारे साथियों कैसे आंसर कर रहे देखेंगे. बाद में 1 घंटा हम तीनों बैठ के onlinembbs.com वीडियो लाइब्रेरी में रिव्यू करेंगे, और नेक्स्ट घंटा हम तीनों मिलके खेलेंगे. If you have some company of 1 or 2 people, morning 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Let me vouch for you, doctor. Quiz is an addiction. Kahoot is an addiction, right? So always a game should be an addiction. Preparation for entrance should become a group fun. That is my whole dream all these years. Luckily, I found one technology called Kahoot, with which we can be able to materialize that into a reality, right? Now, yeah, Abhishek is asking, sir, we started almost 10 days, we finished only 50% of the 750 questions. So the whole idea, Abhishek, is we have all these topic-wise classified and made available in the onlinembbs.com video library. All India, PGI, DNB, different entrance का topic-wise discussions available हैं. So only thing is when you subscribe to the onlinembbs.com video library, आपको motivation और review करने के लिए motivation आना चाहिए. That is the reason I am spending a live online session of a couple of hours with you, all guys, every day, right? Otherwise, all these things are in a more detailed way, have already been discussed, debated, those PowerPoints, everything are, and videos are all available in the onlinembbs.com video library, right? After this is over, pharmacology ke baad, hum medicine, then surgery. That's the plan, okay? Now, doctor, let's start. Adverse drug reaction. Leukemia is not an adverse drug reaction. Now, allergic manifestations with antimicrobial agents. What do you see? It can be in the form of skin eruption or it can be angioneurotic edema. Allergic reaction depends on what? Previous exposure, pharmacological action of the drug. Suppose if the drug is known to lead to vasodilation, allergic reaction can lead to hypotension. If that particular drug has a stimulus to degranulate the mast cell and release the histamine, then the allergic reaction will be in the form of the hives, cutaneous rash. That will be the allergic reaction. So it depends on the pharmacological action, antigen-antibody reaction, previous exposure of the drug. They're all the determining factors. Now, what is the least predictable reaction to drug, doctor? Idiosyncratic reaction. You can't predict, right? If a patient suffered from exaggerated effect of pharmacological effect, that is called toxicity. Idiosyncrasy is not completely idiotic. There is a genetic component also for the idiosyncrasy is what you have to basically remember. Very good. Sashi Verma rightly recognizes. Keep punching the answers, doctor. Keep punching the answers even while we are having a discussion so that you are once more reinforcing the correct answers. Combination of ampicillin and gentamicin, like in enterococcal infection, only ampicillin is not adequate. You need to combine ampicillin plus aminoglycoside. Because ampicillin acts on cell wall, aminoglycosides act on nucleus, together they will be synergistic, is what you need to remember. So that is called synergy. Immune mediated qualitative drug intolerance. What is that called as? It is called hypersensitivity. When a drug creates an effect that is unpredictable, it is called idiosyncratic effect. Serum sickness. What are all the various drugs that lead to, doctor? We know aspirin, penicillins, sulfonamides, any of them can lead to a systemic Arthus reaction. Which is called serum sickness. Penicillin associated serum sickness, most of you know very well. Now, the drug injury may be caused by therapeutic drugs or even non-therapeutic drugs also, like substance abuse drugs. Toxic optic neuropathy. What are all the various drugs that lead to? Ethambutol. Ethambutol can lead to optic neuritis. Ethylene glycol can lead to optic neuritis. Tetracycline can lead to. भैया एक बड़ा लिस्ट है जिसके वजह से टॉक्सिक ऑप्टिक न्यूरोपैथी के न कर। इस लिस्ट का एक फुटवा ले लो, अगर हिम्मत है तो याद रखने की कोशिश करो। मिथेनॉल, इथिलीन ग्लाइकॉल, टॉक्सिक ऑप्टिक न्यूरोपैथी, chloramphenicol, sulfonamides and linezolid. Similarly, chloroquine can lead to bull's eye retinopathy. Bull's retinopathy. Bull's eye retinopathy. Quinine can cause retinopathy, optic neuropathy. INH, ethambutol, streptomycin, all of them. Digitalis, amiodarone, optic neuropathy. Vincristine, methotrexate. Lead, mercury, thallium, carbon monoxide, tobacco can lead to optic neuropathy, is what you need to remember. What is pharmacovigilance? Safety of the drug is the pharmacovigilance. Ab bhi aa gaya cholinomimetics. What is pilocarpine? It is a cholinomimetic. It is used to lower the intraocular pressure in glaucoma. Lower the intraocular pressure. Always remember, anticholinergics like atropine, they block the uveoscleral outflow and precipitate glaucoma. Okay, whereas cholinomimetic drugs opposite to atropine hai na, cholinomimetic. Atropine is anticholinergic. So cholinomimetics like pilocarpine, they improve the uveoscleral outflow and decrease the intraocular pressure, is what you need to basically remember. Good to see Ammaji joining. Sorry sir, I missed the Kahoot because of emergency case. Definitely emergencies are more important, doctor. Always in internship we will be thinking, अरे क्या मिलता रे, इसको बंक करेंगे पोस्टिंग को और एंट्रेंस को बैठ के प्रिपेयर होंगे. By that you are missing the very pleasure of internship, doctor. Let me tell you, the hands that work, serve, are holier than the lips that pray. That's the reason, take every opportunity to be clinical. After all, कितना घंटा चाहिए doctor? You have 20,000 MCQs to master, and not more than 400 hours of preparation is really required if you are focusedly preparing, knowing what to prepare, what to buttify, what to understand, what to do the reasoning. अगर मालूम है तो, the whole purpose of a coaching group, coaching program is to bring that orientation. अगर वो है तो 400 घंटे ज़्यादा है, 40 दिन से ज़्यादा पढ़ने का जरूरत भी नहीं है, right? So that is the reason, don't sacrifice the basic internship clinical experience. Any day will be acting in disguise as a blessing of all the patients that you have served. Let me tell you, right? Now, what are cholinomimetic agents, doctor? Some of the cholinomimetic agents, they are like Xerox copy of acetylcholine. Such agents will directly go and act on the acetylcholine receptor. Acetylcholine receptor को समझ में नहीं आता, भाई ये बिटानिकॉल देखे तो acetylcholine के जैसे ही दिख रहे हैं, like a twin brother it is looking like. Such type of agents are called direct agonists. So butanicol, carbachol, methacholine, pilocarpine. Butanicol, carbachol, methacholine, pilocarpine directly go and act on the acetylcholine receptor, and they are called as direct acting cholinomimetic agents, is what you need to understand. Then what are indirect agonists, doctor? So fundamentally these drugs, they inhibit the acetylcholine esterase. By doing that, what happens? Acetylcholine is no more degraded. If you block the acetylcholine esterase, by that acetylcholine concentration will increase and it acts on its receptors. That's how they are cholinomimetics, but indirectly acting by inhibiting the acetylcholine esterase is what you need to remember. So what are those agents which fall under this group? Donepezil, rivastigmine, galantamine. Alzheimer's disease what is the main problem, doctor? Fundamentally, in the brain of an Alzheimer's patient, acetylcholine levels are low. Somehow you have to increase the acetylcholine levels. For that we use the donepezil, rivastigmine, galantamine. Indirect agonists. Edrophonium, neostigmine, physostigmine, pyridostigmine. They are all indirect acting anticholinesterase inhibitors, which are indirect acting cholinomimetic agents is what you need to remember. Abhi aa gaya bitanicol. 1-2 comments about each of these drugs. What is bitanicol, doctor? Bitanicol is a direct acting cholinomimetic. Bitanicol activates the bladder smooth muscle. Ditrosar hai na? Ditrosar ko, the bladder is having ditrosar muscle. The ditrosar is stimulated by, made to get contracted by acetylcholine. And anticholinergic like atropine relaxes the ditrosar, leads to bladder retention, atropine-like drug, which is anticholinergic. But a cholinomimetic drug contracts the ditrosar and enables the urine to pass. That is the function of bitanicol. And bitanicol is purely muscarinic in its action. Muscarinic in its action. Ganesh is asking, sir, what is the pin? Pin is every time a Kahoot quiz we start live broadcasting, you get a pin, Ganesh. That pin you need to enter in your smartphone. In your smartphone, you have to go to kahoot.it in the Google browser. There it will ask a pin. The moment you see whatever the pin you are seeing on the YouTube live broadcast quiz, that you need to enter into the kahoot.it quiz. Then you can start participating by punching the answers with everybody across the country. End of the quiz, you will be knowing where are you standing, what percentage of questions you have done correctly. Do you need to improve in the topic or not? All that you will be knowing by dynamically joining a online cloud-based quiz with all the friends across the country. Got it? Still, if you have doubts, Ganesh, please do call 9000-868-356. Our helpline, who will help you, guide you to play the quiz. It's very user-friendly kind of a approach, right? Now, bitanicol activates the bladder smooth muscle. Bitanicol is resistant to the action of acetylcholinesterase. It has only muscarinic activity, it has no nicotinic activity. And what is the adverse effect of bitanicol? If too much bitanicol is there, that leads to development of urinary retention, is what you have to understand. Carbachol. Carbachol is also a direct acting cholinomimetic agent. It's called carbon copy of acetylcholine. But acetylcholinesterase can break acetylcholine. But acetylcholinesterase cannot break carbachol. That is the difference. Carbachol constricts the pupil. Just like any cholinomimetic will constrict the pupil, anticholinergic will dilate the pupil. वो तो बराबर मालूम है ना, right? Atropine like drug will dilate the pupil because it is anticholinergic. Carbachol, pilocarpine, all this will constrict the pupil. That's what you need to remember. So, by constricting the pupil, it improves the outflow of the aqueous humor, and that's how it relieves the intraocular pressure in case of open angle glaucoma. That's what you need to remember. What is the primary treatment of open angle glaucoma, doctor? Remember, medical management is the primary treatment of open angle glaucoma. Closed angle glaucoma, surgery is the primary treatment. Iridotomy, iridectomy, etc. etc. Now, doctor, methacholine. Methacholine stimulates the muscarinic receptors in the airway if you happen to inhale. So, if somebody is having a asthmatic tendency, That's called bronchial hyperreactivity. Bronchial hyperreactivity. If you happen to give methacholine, it will stimulate his hyperreactive airways and he will once more get an asthmatic episode. So to test whether somebody has a bronchial hyperreactivity, we use methacholine challenge test is what you need to remember. Then comes the pilocarpine. Pilocarpine. Pilocarpine contracts the ciliary muscle of the eye, hence it is used in open angle glaucoma. Pilocarpine typically acts on pupillary sphincter. That's the reason even closed angle glaucoma it is used. Pilocarpine is resistant to acetylcholinesterase. It can cross the blood-brain barrier because it is a tertiary amine. Tertiary amines cross the blood-brain barrier. Quaternary amines do not cross the blood-brain barrier. Very important point to remember. So if you give pilocarpine, it is cholinomimetic. So you cry salivation, lacrimation. Drool because you salivate, because parasympathetic stimulates the salivation. You sweat on your pillow because the parasympathetic stimulation will lead to sweating. Atropine will lead to anti-sweating. Atropine will lead to no sweat at all if you give atropine. If you give atropine, the mouth becomes dry because it is anticholinergic. Whereas if you take pilocarpine or if you take organophosphor poison, which is also, if you give organophosphor poison, what will happen? Organophosphor will inhibit acetylcholinesterase. Inhibition of acetylcholinesterase, normal function is what? Acetylcholine ko kam karna. By breaking acetylcholine is made to decrease by the action of acetylcholinesterase. अगर acetylcholinesterase को organophosphor poison जाके inhibit करे तो acetylcholinesterase is not available for the acetylcholine to be broken. That increases the acetylcholine levels. That is the reason organophosphors are considered to be cholinomimetic. They increase the acetylcholine levels, and that is the reason a patient of organophosphor poisoning will come with lot of salivation, because all his cholinergic system got active because of the organophosphor poison. Could you get my point, doctor? Once more I'll try to tell you. OP poison is inhibitor of acetylcholinesterase. By that it will increase acetylcholine levels. That is the reason it is cholinomimetic. Because it is cholinomimetic, it will make you sweat more, it will make you cry more, it will make you to salivate more, and even it will, all that is excess acetylcholine stimulates the detrusor. That is the reason when an organophosphor poisoning, typically farmers, they use the insecticide to attempt suicide. So insecticides are all organophosphors. So all that organophosphor inhibit their acetylcholinesterase, and that will make their acetylcholine levels increase, and all that cholinomimetic activity contracts their bladder, and by the time the farmer is brought, he will be already micturating into his undergarments, on the lungi that he is wearing. So he will be brought with a completely wet lungi, with the wet undergarments, because he is passing urine, because all that excess acetylcholine contracted his bladder. That is what you need to basically understand. Gotcha? Now, pilocarpine is a stimulant of sweat, tears, saliva. It is used in open angle glaucoma, closed angle glaucoma, xerostomia, in Sjogren's syndrome, xerostomia. We use the pilocarpine because xerostomia, dryness of the mouth in Sjogren's syndrome. In that person, you need to wet the mouth. Then you need to use a sialagogue, which stimulates the salivation. That is the reason we use the pilocarpine, is what you need to basically remember. अभी आ गया donepezil, rivastigmine, galantamine. They all increase the acetylcholine and they are used as a first line therapy for Alzheimer's. Adrophonium, it will also increase acetylcholine. Where do we use edrophonium? Edrophonium is used to diagnose myasthenia gravis. भैया myasthenia gravis है तो edrophonium इस्तेमाल करे तो how will you diagnose is the question. First, we should know, we should understand what is myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis में problem क्या है समझने की कोशिश करो. Very simple. The nerve stimulus has come. Typically, there is acetylcholine containing vesicle at the synaptic junction, neuromuscular junction. Then postsynaptic membrane is there. On that, there are receptors. Bhaiya, receptors. And here you are having the muscle. Now, नर्व स्टिमुलस आके प्रीसिनेप्टिक मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर कैल्शियम चैनल्स को ओपन करे तो द मेम्ब्रेन बिकम डिपोलराइज्ड एंड दैट रिलीजेस द acetylcholine. That acetylcholine acts on the receptors which are there on the postsynaptic membrane, and that in turn will typically cause the action potential initiated in the muscle and that lead to muscle contraction. यहाँ तक story मालूम है ना? ये acetylcholine is acting on receptors. What are these receptors of the acetylcholine in the neuromuscular junction? They are which kind? They are the nicotinic type of receptors. Everywhere in the body are muscarinic. Only at the neuromuscular junction acetylcholine receptors are nicotinic receptors. One more place where nicotinic receptors is in autonomic ganglia. अच्छा वो तो भूल जाओ, पहला ये तो याद रखो. Now, this acetylcholine is acting on the postsynaptic receptor. अभी भैया autoimmune condition myasthenia gravis हो गया. उसकी वजह से क्या हो गया? There are antibodies acting on this postsynaptic receptors. So instead of 10 receptors, you have only 3 receptors हो गया postsynaptic membrane के ऊपर. Number of receptors have come down. So in that situation, suppose if the receptors are very less, you have to somehow make acetylcholine bind with them. Right? Suppose you have 10 receptors. If suppose you are having 10 receptors and 5 acetylcholine molecules, the 5 will go and stick to one of the 10 receptors. But if 10 receptors are destroyed by the myasthenic autoimmune activity, instead of 10, only 3 are remaining, then when these 5 acetylcholine molecules go, they have to search where is my receptor that I can bind, where is my receptor बोल के ये 5 search करना पड़ता. So if you want to make receptor binding to happen, even if the receptors are very less, how can you do that? You have to increase the acetylcholine levels. So अगर 10 acetylcholine molecules है तो what will happen? Even if receptors are only 3, 10 will quickly identify where is the receptor and then go and receptor acetylcholine binding will happen. It is very similar to medical college, doctor. Suppose we are a 150 batch समझो, right? कभी-कभी unfortunate batches में there are only 20 girls, 130 boys, बहुत competition रहता. Oh my God! Each girl will get 4 or 5 boys will go and propose a rose. Tell me the other situation. अभी मेडिकल कॉलेज शुरू किया, 50 सीट्स दिया. 50 सीट्स दिए तो you are having 40 girls, 10 boys, or 25 boys, 25 girls are there. Matching होता क्या? Only one girl get one boy का proposal आता है, right? So that is the reason. Because of the autoimmunity, since the postsynaptic receptor is being number has come down, the only way that the acetylcholine can go and bind to the receptor is by increasing the number of acetylcholine molecules. How can you do that? You have to stop the degradation of the acetylcholine. Who is degrading it? Acetylcholine esterase is degrading it. So edrophonium will go and block the acetylcholine esterase. By doing so, it is preventing the degradation of acetylcholine. So the acetylcholine molecule number, उनका संख्या बढ़ जाएगा. So high number of acetylcholine molecules will then be able to go and successfully bind to the little number of receptors which are available, and the muscle contraction will occur. So that is how, by giving edrophonium, what are you doing, doctor? By giving edrophonium, you are inhibiting acetylcholine esterase. By inhibiting acetylcholine esterase, you are increasing the acetylcholine molecule number. By increasing the molecule number, even though the acetylcholine receptors are less in number because of the autoimmune destruction, still this high number of molecules can go and bind, and the muscle contraction occur and weakness will improve. So that is how you will test by giving edrophonium in the patients, and suddenly his muscle weakness in the form of ptosis suddenly will improve the moment you give the edrophonium injection. So that is the whole idea of giving the edrophonium, is what you need to remember. Once upon a time, बहुत जमाने के पहले, we used to use the edrophonium. मगर आज तो Kahoot के ऊपर हम खेल रहे हैं. मैं घर में बैठ के, आप भी घर में या अस्पताल में बैठ के हम मिलके पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं. पूरा ऑनलाइन हो गया है, मोहब्बत ऑनलाइन हो गया, शादी ऑनलाइन हो गया, डिवोर्स भी ऑनलाइन हो गया, राइट? सो बहुत तेजी चल रहा है. So that is the reason in the modern era, it is not the edrophonium test, it is the anti-choline receptor antibody levels. If you can be able to test if you are suspecting the myasthenia gravis. Gotcha? Very good, doctor. Now, neostigmine. Neostigmine also increases acetylcholine, right? So, one favorite question of the examiner. But yeah, what is the difference between neostigmine and physostigmine? Neostigmine is neo-CNS, that means no CNS penetration, because it is quaternary. Quaternary is what you need to remember. Gotcha? Neostigmine is no stigmine to the CNS. Typically use it in post-operative, neurogenic ileus. Acetylcholine stimulates peristalsis. So after surgery, if your gut is in a peristaltic stage, to stimulate that post-operative ileus, you will be giving neostigmine. Any neurogenic ileus, give neostigmine. Any urinary retention, myasthenia gravis, reversal of neuromuscular blockade. For example, you have given any muscle relaxant, right? So if you give muscle relaxant, there is a neuromuscular blockade, muscle relaxation. Post-operatively, you want to recover the muscle function, then neostigmine is used. Physostigmine, it also increases the acetylcholine, but physostigmine freely, very punny, freely crosses the blood-brain barrier and goes to CNS. Freely, very punny, tertiary amine it is. Physostigmine is antidote for all the anticholinergic toxicity. किसी को atropine दिया, atropine is anticholinergic, then you require some cholinomimetic drug to reverse the atropine. So atropine has both peripheral and also central action. So that is the reason you have to use such a cholinomimetic which has both peripheral and central action. Physostigmine qualifies because physostigmine freely crosses the blood-brain barrier, is what you need to remember. But lastly, आ गया pyridostigmine. Pyridostigmine increases acetylcholine, it increases the muscle strength. It is used along with glycopyrrolate, hyoscyamine, propanthelene, right, to control the pyridostigmine side effects. And pyridostigmine it gets rid of the myasthenia gravis. Then very important thing is, pyridostigmine also is quaternary amine, just like your neostigmine. That's the reason it also cannot cross the blood-brain barrier. Now you know what are the cholinomimetic drugs. Everything else is a cakewalk. Like that, doctor, every topic may maximum 15 to 20 points रहता है. एक बार आपके होल्ड में आ गया समझो सब्जेक्ट, साला within no time you will be able to conquer. I want you 300 out of 300 MCQs. Just like you play everyday Kahoot quiz. उतना स्पीड में आंसर करके बाहर निकलना है एग्जाम. That is very, very important. Now, in treating xenostomia, what is the drug you want to give? Neostigmine, cholinomimetic. Which drug is not a reversible anticholinesterase? Only 4 out of 24 people answered this correctly. Many people have a clean bowl. मेरे पास रिपोर्ट है, आप कितना रॉन्ग जा रहे, क्यों रॉन्ग जा रहे, कौन सा क्वेश्चन बहुत लोगों के लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है. मेरे पास रिपोर्ट है, इंटेलिजेंस है सीबीआई का, right? So I'm going to help you as a teacher. The whole job of the teacher is not to teach you what you already know, to identify where most of the people miss it and then supplement that. If that job can be done by a teacher, that is the greatest help anytime. So how is that possible? If you all guys play the quiz, I will be knowing which questions majority are going wrong, and then I can look into what is the majority wrong answer, and that is how I can separate those questions, right, where majority did wrong. Last moment we will try to run the quizzes based on those bookmarked tough questions, right? So that is the reason. Tell some more of your friends to join the Kahoot quizzes to play 20,000 questions, and then help the teacher also and the system to improve with the artificial intelligence as to which questions need to be more often discussed, more strongly discussed. Now, doctor, Bhaiya, reversible, irreversible, you have to be very sure. Carbamates, physostigmine, neostigmine, pyridostigmine, rivastigmine, reversible. Non-carbamate, quaternary ammonium like hydrophonium, reversible. Acridins like tacrine, reversible. Then piperidines like donepezil, these are all the reversible cholinomimetics. Football Eliana, what are irreversible cholinomimetics? All organophosphor compounds, right? Organophosphor compounds, they are all irreversible. And which is that organophosphor which is used clinically for its cholinomimetic action? Ecothiopate. It is long acting and used in the glaucoma because of its cholinomimetic action. Home iPad is asking, from when 20,000 quiz is getting started, sir? कल सुबह 9 AM से शुरू करके शाम 6 बजे तक हरी 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 भजन करो, MCQs का प्रैक्टिस करो, and know each topic which is strong, which is really weak, and which you need to improve and quickly improve. That is the whole idea. And you have all these PPTs, 2 lakh PowerPoint slides, 30,000 MCQs, topic-wise, classified, discussed, everything along with the videos available in the onlinembbs.com. For a throwaway price, you get the subscription for the next 2 months. Please do call our helpline. They'll be more than happy to help you to get the subscription. 9000868 You don't need any other book, you don't need any other coaching, you don't need any other material or notes or anything. onlinembbs.com, video library with 2 lakh PowerPoint slides and about 1,000 plus hours of video discussions, and the topic wise classified list, more than enough for you to become the topper. But what is important is you need to be self-motivated, and all our job through Kahoot quizzes, through this live Every day I will spend 2 hours of my time, I promise you, to be with you all guys and to stimulate you in high spirits. That is the only job I can be able to do. You are the cricketers, doctor, we are only cheer girls. Yay, you made it kind of to stimulate you, to activate you. You are the actual cricketers, right? We are like cheer girls and audience. Clap, 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 you did correct, you did right. You are the actual batsman, you are the Sachin Tendulkar. Be very sure about it. Ammaji is asking, where will be the topics be released, sir? There is a PDF that we prepared, Ammaji. We will post it in the YouTube, the WhatsApp study group. You can check what is the schedule of the topics in the quizzes. CL gods, they increase the salivary secretion. Now coming to the parasympathetic nervous system. Acetylcholine is transmitter both in pre and post ganglionic junction. Whereas in the case of the sympathetic, post-ganglionic, everywhere is norepinephrine except sweat glands, where the parasympathetic is supplying sweat glands. There even post-ganglionic is also acetylcholine, even though it is sympathetic. That is an exception you should remember. Now doctor, the beneficial effect of the drug neostigmine in myasthenia gravis, क्यों होता है? Because it is a cholinesterase inhibitor. You are very sure. Now all this will lead to dryness of the mouth, except neostigmine, which is a cholinomymetic. Imipramine is a tricyclic antidepressant and it has got an anticholinergic effect. Chlorpheniramine, very commonly used in the cold syrups, is also typically anticholinergic. Atropine also is anticholinergic. That will dry the mouth. Now which drug cannot reduce the salivary secretion? Neostigmine increase the salivary secretion, not decrease. Whereas alcohol, amitriptyline, disopyramide, they are all the ones which make the mouth become dry. How do you treat xerostomia, doctor? Xerostomia is basically treated with neostigmine. Drug that does not cross the blood-brain barrier, not cross the BBB. Whereas FISO freely cross the blood-brain barrier. What is the drug of choice for the myasthenia gravis, doctor? Neostigmine. Which drug is used in xerostomia? Who is undergoing chemotherapy? You want to use pilocarpine. Lacrimation, salivation, sweating is all because of the increase in muscarinic cholinergic receptor activity is what you need to remember. Now doctor, muscle relaxants, the next favorite topic. Now we are discussing the MDS, last 15 years, All India MDS entrance exam question papers. Topic wise classified, that is what you are all attending. There are 750 MCQs in pharmacology, mainly from around 30 topics. And doing revision of this definitely is going to be a rewarding experience in the tomorrow's NEETPG 2020, because for all these exams there is a common parent, NAT board. Now, non-depolarizing न्यूरोमस्कुलर ब्लॉकिंग एजेंट्स क्या होता है? It is typically pancuronium, galamine, tuberculin. They are all non-depolarizing, whereas succinylcholine is depolarizing. अच्छा, how does succinylcholine act like a muscle relaxant, doctor? Very simple. भैया succinylcholine जो होता है, succinylcholine, we were talking about what? There are acetylcholine receptors, acetylcholine get released, that will make the acetylcholine receptor, once it is, acetylcholine comes and attaches, that will make the muscle to undergo contraction because action potential is passed. वहां तक समझ में आ गया ना? अच्छा, ये succinylcholine आके muscle contraction को how will it stop? How will it lead to muscle relaxation? Simple. सक्सिनाइल कोलिन आते ही एसिटाइल कोलिन रिसेप्टर को कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है। देखने में सक्सिनाइल कोलिन एसिटाइल कोलिन एक ही दिख रहा है। यू नो द स्टोरी नो, एक महर्षि रहता है और इंद्र रहता है। इंद्र वो महर्षि के पत्नी से मोहित होता है और वो महर्षि के रूप में आता है जब महर्षि घर में नहीं रहता है, और वो सोचता है कि वो जो आया है वो उनका पति समझ के उनके साथ she will participate. Then suddenly in the middle of their game महर्षि आता है और he will say, no, how can you sleep with this guy? He is not me, he is Indra, बोल के उसको शाप देता है। वो बनता है अहल्या। हमारे लोग बहुत अच्छे अच्छे कहानी लिखते हैं। वही होता है सक्सिनाइल कोलिन एसिटाइल कोलिन में। एसिटाइल कोलिन महर्षि है और सक्सिनाइल कोलिन होता है इंद्र। इंद्र आके एसिटाइल कोलिन रिसेप्टर महर्षि के पत्नी से को कंफ्यूज करता है। तो बट द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द एसिटाइल कोलिन एंड सक्सिनाइल कोलिन इज सक्सिनाइल कोलिन cannot be degraded by the acetylcholine esterase. That is the reason एक बार bind हो गया तो it remain bound. It remain bound. So that is the reason that first time when it goes and binds, acetylcholine binds to the acetylcholine receptor instead of acetylcholine. If acetylcholine happen to bind, what will happen to the acetylcholine receptor? If the acetylcholine binds, what will happen? Muscle contraction will happen. Same thing will happen when the succinylcholine binds. That's called type 1 block. Initially, there is a type 1, phase 1 block that lead to contractions. They are called fasciculations. But after that, this succinylcholine will not leave the receptor. It remains bound to the receptor. And the receptor is no more available for any more acetylcholine to come and bind. That is the reason in the phase 2, this particular receptor is not available for binding with any more of the acetylcholine. That is the reason initial first time when it bound, it lead to depolarization, and further depolarization cannot happen, and hence it is called depolarizing blocker. It's called depolarizing blocker. किसको? Succinylcholine को. So that is what you need to basically appreciate. Whereas tubocurarine, pancuronium, etracurium, all these things, how do they act? How do they act? Typically, they will come and they very strongly bind. They don't look like acetylcholine, but though they don't look like acetylcholine, non-competitively they will go and bind with the acetylcholine and make the acetylcholine receptor no more available for the binding of acetylcholine. So that is the reason they are called non-depolarizing blockers. Whereas succinylcholine-like agents are called as depolarizing blockers. That is what you need to remember fundamentally. So how do you classify based on the mechanism of action, doctor? The muscle relaxants go depolarizing, non-depolarizing. Depolarizing are short acting only, that is succinylcholine, whereas non-depolarizing में three varieties हैं. Short acting, intermediate acting, long acting. Short acting, non-depolarizing muscle relaxant क्या है? Gantacurium and mivacurium. Gantacurium and mivacurium. Intermediate acting, etracurium, cisatracurium, vecuronium, rocuronium. Long acting, panicuronium, long acting. Pipecuronium, long acting. And doxacurium, long acting. So now you know what are depolarizing, non-depolarizing, muscle relaxants. Very simple. All questions will be based on this only. Now, which group of drugs are neuromuscular blocking agents, doctor? Pancuronium, rocuronium are neuromuscular blocking agents. Short-acting, non-depolarizing muscle relaxant क्या है? Mivacurium. Don't forget this list, doctor. इसी लिस्ट के ऊपर एग्जामिनर बार बार पूछो, हजार बार पूछो, नीट पीजी एस्पिरेंट्स को एवरी ईयर पूछो, यही होता है। ये समझ में नहीं आए तो कितना भी पढ़ो टेंशन आता है, right? So that is the reason, doctor, you should know what to read, what material precisely to read, like a bullseye, what examiner want. If you know what to read, reading is a easy job, a joke. Mivacurium is short-acting, non-depolarizing agent. So, pancuronium, vecuronium, pacuronium, rocuronium, rapacurium, atracurium, doxacurium, mivacurium, gantacurium, galamine, they're all non-depolarizing muscle relaxants. Typically, the neuromuscular blocking agents, they are quaternary ammonium groups, highly ionized, water soluble, and they possess a very limited lipid solubility, is what you need to remember. And they cannot cross the lipid membrane barrier, like blood-brain barrier, renal tubular epithelium, they cannot cross. Now, which drug undergoes Hoffman's elimination? There are two things, doctor, you should know. एक cholinesterase और enzymatic degradation एक होता है, non-enzymatic elimination को कहते हैं Hoffman's elimination. Atracurium is the one which undergoes Hoffman's elimination. इसलिए atracurium is not dependent on liver, it is not dependent on kidney for its elimination because it undergoes Hoffman's elimination. That's what you need to remember. Now, which drug is not a non-depolarizing competitive blocker? So, doxacurium, rocuronium, mevacurium, they're all the non-depolarizing competitive neuromuscular blockers. D-cubocurarin, how does it act? It blocks the acetylcholine receptors. Curare poisoning में क्या होता है डॉक्टर? Typically hypotension होता है. Curare is a muscle relaxant, and also you should remember that curare typically lead to respiratory paralysis, prolonged apnea, hypotension, flushing, bronchospasm. They're all the features that you see in curare poisoning. So curare is fundamentally antagonist on acetylcholine receptor. To treat that, you need to give neostigmine to treat the curare poisoning because it is cholinomimetic. That's what you need to remember. So now, this is one favorite list, doctor. अच्छा लगे नहीं अच्छा लगे इसको तो बट्टी मारना पड़ेगा. Tell me the antidotes. शुरू करो, भजन शुरू करो. Paracetamol, acetylcysteine, opioid, naloxone. One of our students said no, nalo, that's good. Iron, desferoxamine. Heparin, protamine. Cyanide में sodium nitrate and sodium thiosulfate are used. Cyanide poisoning में. Theophylline and caffeine. For them, you will be using esmolol. For atropine, physostigmine. For curare, neostigmine. For arsenic, dimercaprol. Once more, forensic medicine में और एक लिस्ट है, उसका भी भजन करेंगे जब टाइम आएगा. A patient is taking beta blocker preoperatively. At the time of induction of anesthesia, along with the fentanyl, which muscle relaxant should not be given with the fentanyl opioid? Is the examiner's question. Pancuronium. You should remember the neuromuscular blocking activity of the pancuronium. There are certain drugs which will potentiate They lead to very severe muscle relaxation. What are they? Halothane, ether, enflurane, isoflurane, methoxyflurane, cyclopropane, fentanyl, ketamine, etomidate. They all will potentiate the neuromuscular blocking activity of the pancuronium. But yeah, this is the most cruel question. What is the dose of cisatracurium? AIMS made 2013. डेंटिस्ट एमडीएस पेरियोडोंटल सर्जन ऑर्थोडोंटिक सर्जन बनने के लिए सिसाट्रेक्यूरियम डोज के बीच में कुछ रिश्ता है क्या? कुछ भी नहीं है। आप नीट पीजी प्रिपेयर होने वाले डर्मेटोलॉजिस्ट बनने के लिए सिसाट्रेक्यूरियम को रिश्ता है क्या? कुछ भी नहीं है। फिल्टर लगाता, इसलिए आपको मालूम होना है व्हाट आर द 20,000 क्रूएल क्वेश्चंस एग्जामिनर इज वेटिंग टू कैच यू, राइट? And you're not the fish which is easily caught. You should be very sure. Now, doctor, 0.15 mg per kg to 0.2 mg per kg. Cisatracurium is the more potent isomer of atracurium. Intubating dose is 0.2 milligram per kg. Maintenance dose is 0.02 mg per kg. Duration of action is 30 to 45 minutes. And metabolism is similar to atracurium, that is Hoffman's and ester hydrolysis. And great advantage of cisatracurium is all other curare derivatives are associated with the release of histamine. But it is devoid of histamine releasing property, which is special feature of cisatracurium is what you need to remember. Atish Mishra is asking a good question. Sir, why not physostigmine for both atropine and curare? Curare is acting peripherally. Atropine is acting both peripherally and centrally. Curare is acting at neuromuscular junction, that is nicotinic receptors. That's what we need to appreciate. Now, all the following decrease skeletal muscle tone by acting centrally, not on neuromuscular junction. Which one is acting on neuromuscular junction? D-tubocuradin is what you need to remember. Now, doctor, one quick list you should remember. Oh my God. The video passed. One minute. I will be exiting this broadcast and 2 minutes I will restart broadcast, doctor. Please be online. Okay, deal? 2 minutes I will be stopping this broadcast and restarting. Okay? Is it okay for all of you?